We should be green, and we should be up and moving and stuff. I got the notification here. As far as I can tell, our spikes seem right. We
We're
should be
grooving,
live.
doing it, you know?
Moving and grooving.
Wow, that was super quiet. Was that Shane?
Yep.
Let's see.
Sorry. Oh. There we go.
Okay. Now
Oh, there it is.
go in here. Okay. There people go. A boop. A boop. Oh, can't sneak in there. Gotta wait. Okay. Ugh. So, here we are, back again. New episode. We're still not necessarily doing 100% topics. We're still getting things together and whatnot. I don't know exactly when this is going to stop, that we're just kind of doing random episodes. But that's another today. I have an entire list of topics in case we end up in that situation, and I think a couple of our people are starting in video games today. I know I'm not. I haven't played it, but I know a couple of our guys have actually played the new Mario, and I think they're starting there today.
Yep.
I think Shane played it, or Shane said he bought it.
I played it last night.
Okay.
I did not play it last night.
So I had shit to do after I got off of work that took until like 2 in the afternoon to do. So I basically came home and played it from like 7 in the morning until like 1 in the afternoon. And then went to bed. Well, went and did my shit. Then fucking went to bed. Woke up, went to work. Got done, went to the store, came home, and I've been playing it since like fucking 7. No, been playing it since 8 because I forgot. Me and the wife were watching TV. So yeah, literally up until Bill said a boop. Okay, we're live. I was playing fucking Mario.
Seems like a long time. Like, I know I've beat the last couple Marios in like 4 or 5 hour sit downs.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, I'll get into it more once our normal timer has expired for, hey, let's let people funnel in. But yeah, it's a legitimate full-fledged like, hey, go do shit Mario game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure that what that means. What are you comparing it to?
So, as opposed to like fuck. So, as opposed to something like fucking why did my brain just flatline? Fucking like the Game Boy games, like Super Mario Land and Super Mario Land 2, where you can literally beat it in like 8 hours just by sticking around. It's legitimately like a bunch of different worlds, go play fucking Mario and do what you do. You know what I mean? So it's actually more comparable to like not quite Super Mario World, where if you know what the fuck you're doing, you could beat that game in like 20 minutes. But it's a little bit more along the lines of damn it. What was the one that was on the Wii U?
Super Mario Brothers U.
Yeah. It's more like that. Look, again, 5 hours of sleep. Brain is in a fog.
Well, there's a question for you.
What?
in the chat? Is it noticeable?
I mean,
Oh,
I can't fucking say one way or another because I don't play as Mario. I
oh,
play as fucking Blue Toad. So I honestly cannot tell you one way or another whether it's actually noticeable or
what
not.
about you, Shane? You play as Mario? Did you notice it?
I didn't play as Mario. I'm playing as Luigi.
Man, nobody likes Mario.
No,
Well,
but
okay, so
when my three favorite characters are not even in the freaking game, I don't really have much of a choice who I have to
Okay,
play.
and what's that?
Well, Shy Guy, Rosalina, and Boo, and none of them are playable. So
Rosalina would be, I imagine, the only character that could even be questionably playable.
Because
And
the
even then, she's like a deity, so like I don't know how
Yes
often she
and
would appear in
no.
a simple Mario game as a playable character.
and I
Well,
realized
again,
that,
I'm going to say yes and no. If you scroll down a little bit, there's an extra image that I forgot to grab. And yeah, that's legit for that last fucking image
well,
that's down
to
there.
be, to be honest, well, I can't really say anything because
Okay, so character-wise, you get Mario, Luigi, Peach, Daisy, Yellow Toad, Blue Toad, Toadette, Yoshi, Red Yoshi, Yellow Yoshi, Light Blue Yoshi. What the fuck? And
Yep.
Nabbit. Now, I'm going to be honest here.
Blue Scorpion and
Just-
Red Scorpion.
Yeah.
before you say anything, Bill, the four Yoshis and Nabbit, we don't play as them because you can't because that's like playing like really easy mode. Because those characters can't, like, if they fall on spikes, they don't take any damage or anything.
Okay,
Yep.
no, and that's fair because they did that with the last one, and I get that because Gwen, until she was comfortable, used the easy character. But what I'm saying is like, okay, so you have like Yellow Toad and Blue Toad. Why not just when you pick Toad, you get
just pick which
Toad.
color, and you pick the color you want.
Yeah, and then like it just this is kind of like, to me, on a personal level, you have a mythology which has a ridiculous amount of characters that people are like in love with. And as long as the gameplay stays relatively the same between characters, except for a couple of nuances, like you said, basically picking easy mode, what I'm trying to say here is I see Mario, Luigi, Peach. I even see Daisy, even though I would argue that she could have almost been a swap. You know what I'm talking about? Just like
Right.
a skin swap, like they do with Green Lantern in fighting games.
Yeah.
I see Yellow Toad and Blue Toad, which could have been a swap.
Yep.
Toadette could have been her own thing because she's somewhat of a unique, she stand-aside character. Yoshi's all could have been swaps.
Yep.
So you
They
have
could've-
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 open slots that are nothing more than simple character swaps that you
Which
could have
could've
put other characters in their place. I still don't see that you'd have got a Shy Guy or anything like that. That's like
No,
me. I mean, my favorite thing for whatever fucking reason is a Goomba, and they're not going to put him in the game as like a full on like he's Mario.
Well, it's because
Goomba with the Mario hat.
Well, again, that's kind of what I was saying. If you click out of that picture and then go down from out of that set, I forgot to put one picture in that set.
No, I saw that, but it's still that's still not the same thing as what I was talking about. Is like I doubt the Goomba is like the exact equivalent of just playing as Mario.
Oh no, the Goomba literally plays as a Goomba. Like
Right.
you can hop, and that's fucking it.
And
He
that's
doesn't have
fine.
like a I'm Mario, I'm gonna jump.
That's fine. I don't have an issue with that. I'm just simply saying like so that to me once again is not a selectable character. I imagine that if Daisy would have been a swap, and like I said, maybe that's not true. Maybe Daisy feels legit different when you play as her. Just like Peach feels different from Luigi. Luigi feels different from Mario. Maybe this is all balanced in a very specific way. And all these characters make sense. But like it just feels like Yoshi, Red Yoshi, Yellow Yoshi, Blue Yoshi, just let me pick a color and like add more Mario characters.
Well, that's what they do.
Right.
That's what they do in Mario Kart. If you pick Yoshi, you can pick whatever. Like if I pick Shy Guy, I can pick whatever color Shy Guy I want. I don't have to be the default red. And the other character, it's not like black Shy Guy or blue Shy Guy or yellow Shy Guy or their own character slots. They're just swappable colors.
Well, before
I-
we get into 100% negative on this, because I will say this, right off the bat, even if I personally feel like some of this is that Dragon Ball Z, we have 180 characters. No, you fucking don't. You can't count Goku and Super Saiyan Goku as different characters. That's bullshit. But the roster is at least formidable, which is a big deal right now because we played Mario Party All-Stars and that game is dying for a fucking update of characters. Like, it is dying for it.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
There's
if you
only
would
4
like,
fucking maps. There's like, 6 characters, and like, good luck to you. And there was never an update, there was never a DLC, there was never characters or maps added. That game is boring. It just, sometimes like, the girls come over and they're like, let's play Mario Party. And I'm like, let's fucking not. Because we've already done the same 4 maps 800 times, and there's no variety left in that game.
right.
This at least looks like you could play it. Argument to be had. If every person feels slightly different, you could play the game 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, like 12 fucking times through. Argument to be made.
I have 2.5 pages worth of notes. And one of the notes is the fact of you don't get any like extra special abilities from like one to the other. Like, okay, so if I'm playing like, and obviously this game is truly not actually Mario canon since it's a fucking reskin, but if you play like Super Mario Brothers 2, right? The Doki Doki Panic reskin,
Yeah.
how Mario's all around and Luigi jumps super high and Peach has the ability to float. Toad
Which
kind of moves a little
they
faster.
They've implemented those though.
Yeah, I was going to say, they've implemented that
Yeah.
into other games. So like the Mario 3D World,
Yep.
they just
Luigi
redid
Mario
it.
does do
3D
the
World.
air run.
Yep.
The HD game that they just
Yep.
they did for the Wii, they implement. I'm not counteracting any of your notes. I'm just saying that,
Oh, no,
that we
that's fine.
have seen that enter Mario games now because I play as Peach and Luigi does very blatantly reach areas she can't reach and
Yes,
so on
he
and so forth.
does.
So that is kind of neat that they went out of their way to make that kind of quote unquote canon, I guess.
Not in this game.
But in this game, everybody feels relatively the same. Is that what you're telling me?
Pretty much every
Yeah.
single character plays pretty much the exact same. The only difference is obviously Yoshi has the flutter hop, and then Nabbit is fucking Nabbit. After that, the way that they do this shit is you get badges. You can equip one badge at a time, and every time that you equip a different badge, it does a different thing. Like you get to the
Like
water
adding
world, you
skills?
get yep. You
Yep.
go to
I'm
the
gonna
water
play
world
this with Bill once and probably never touch it again.
Well, that's fair
Well,
for a
gonna
lot of the
beat
Mario games.
We're gonna
Yeah.
yeah, but we've gone back and played a lot of the old Mario games. I think this might be one of those one and done for me.
I don't know. We've played Mario 3 a lot, but I can't remember the last time I ever put in Mario World. I mean, that's just the way I am. I'll play
Not
Mario
Mario
3.
World, but we played some of the new Mario Brothers a few times through.
No, that's because they re-released it. I mean, if I'm being honest.
but we still
that's-
played it through again. It was the same fucking game.
That's funny. If
Part of the reason why we played 3 so many times through is
that,
they
by
keep
the
coming
way,
out with it.
yeah, but see that by the way is one of the worst fucking things. That's one of those things I was talking about when we talked about like fandom and things like that and stuff that we've got trapped in. I know with a Mario game, I'll play it, I'll beat it, I'll put it on the shelf. I'm like, that was cool, I'm done. I might not touch that game for a decade, but if they re-release it and change nothing, like a fucking putz, I will buy that fucking game and play it again. Why am I doing that shit? I had to kill that FOMO part of myself. I had to kill it because
I do that with Final Fantasy IV.
No, I get it. Like, but and sometimes if they change something, it's worth it. But I can't tell you how many times they've been like, "Hey, here's the same fucking thing," and I'm like, "Cool, I'll play it again for $60." I'm like, "Why the fuck am I doing that?" Like, I had to kill that part of myself because I'm also the kind of guy that like I still have all my systems, so like. If you're going to release the same game, at least in my mindset where I am now, if you're going to release the same fucking game and do nothing to it, I'm not going to buy it anymore. Like, it was really hard to break myself of that FOMO shit because I was like, oh, and then I can have them all on one system. Like, it's such an absolute fucking travesty to have to, like, take out the PlayStation. Like, it just...
Right.
Or for that matter, let us be honest about the age that we live in. And let anybody say whatever they want to fucking say about this. If I have Front Mission 3 argument, if I already have Front Mission 3,
right,
and I want all of my games in the same place, maybe I should just get a fucking PlayStation emulator. I'm not hurting anybody. I already own the fucking game. I bought it years ago. It's my fucking game. Like, I should just emulate it, and if the emulation is solid, then nothing changes, and I could play all my games in the same place. Because that's the argument, is that, you know how many times we've rebought, like, Resident Evils? Like, because this was happening for a while where they were like, oh, we could get them all on the PlayStation 2, and then I don't have to worry about, you know, like switching games when I want to play through a whole lineage or whatever. And so you keep buying things like, well, I have all of them for the GameCube. And I think that's where I did it. That's where, when it really first hit me for that kind of shit, I was doing that, is I already had them all for the PlayStation. But then I had a GameCube, and I was like, oh, well, they got the remake on the GameCube, and then they got a port of 2, 3, 4. I was like, fuck, I'll just get them all in one spot, and then I could play them all, and I never have to switch systems. It's a bad mentality to catch yourself in because you won't get out of it.
Look, as somebody who's bought Resident Evil 4 like 4 different fucking times, I understand completely.
I bought it for the PS2, PS3, the PS4, and I have to look. Come here, Steam.
I also had it. I also had it for the Wii. I remember that. I had it for the Wii, the PC, the PlayStation 3, the PlayStation 4, the PlayStation 2, the GameCube.
I have it on Steam, but I
PC,
think I got that in a bundle.
I have it like 6 times, and I haven't bought the new one yet.
And then I have the new one with the DLC.
And I think I have 5 physical copies of it, all on different systems. And they're all pretty much the same damn game. Best version, argumentative. Best version being the PlayStation 2.
Yep,
because it
PS2.
actually came with all the extra stuff, as opposed to being a DLC or something like that. It had the separate ways or whatever.
Yep.
I was going to say, if you're going to make that argument, then technically speaking, it would end up being the PS4, because the PS4 is just the PlayStation 2 version ported over.
And it also has an upscale, so it looks better. So that might be fair. And then maybe you can make the argument PC, because I think that's the same
PC
thing.
Master Race bullshit. Yeah.
You guys have been talking about how many times you guys have rebought games, but nobody here is worse than me.
Right,
yeah,
but that's exactly. I'm just talking. This is
Well,
dumb. This is dumb gamer shit.
See, when we rebuy games, we play them to completion. Shane, how many times have you, or at least for the most part, Shane, how many times have you bought Final Fantasy IV?
Well, I own it on the PlayStation when it came in that anthology. I still own that. I still own that one. I've had that one. That's the oldest copy I have. I bought it on the DS.
Yep.
I don't have
PSP.
it. PSP.
The Vita.
The only version I didn't buy was the original because I didn't have the console to play the original.
Or the Wonder Swan.
That too.
But, and how many times have you beat Final Fantasy IV?
Currently, I'm sitting at
1.
15,
No.
like 15 playthroughs and 0 completions.
Shane has never beat Final Fantasy IV. He always quits when Cecil becomes a paladin.
Well, my last playthrough, I actually played farther than that.
Oh yeah.
No, because I was thinking of the one that has the after years, and to be fair, I don't think you actually have to beat the game to get to those, do you?
No, you can just jump right into the after years.
Yeah.
Okay, so then
it's just basically
It's a standalone sequel.
Okay,
No.
so then because that's why I was thinking. I was like, no, I thought you had to beat that, and then also it's like, oh no, you don't. Fuck.
Okay,
Nope.
so you two go over your notes because I just wanted to take us on a little bit of a gamer rant and talk about the FOMO and how it actually kills us and how we're all kind of dumb for playing into it for a little bit. Here's some pictures.
Fine.
Let's talk about this game.
So
I want to talk first, real quick.
Well, I just wanted to finish up my my thing with how the medallions work, the badges.
Go ahead.
So basically, the way that the badges work is, like I said, you get like one almost for every single level through the shop, which, yes, you have to buy some of them. And then really the only 2 that they give you is there's one that allows you where if you hit the fucking trigger while you're already in the air, you'll pull out your cap and glide for a couple of seconds.
It's the parachute.
Not like a straight, it's a parachute. So it's not like Peach's glide, but it still works almost same fundamentals. And then there's one referred to as the dolphin kick, which is helpful for like underwater areas because it'll actually allow you to break through bricks a hell of a lot easier.
Tifa Lockhart's going to be pissed.
We are not going to go on a tangent here. We're not going to go on a tangent, but I want to say, people, calm the fuck down. Yes, Peach looks a little bit different. Did you really expect the character model to remain the same for fucking ever? She already looks different than she did in, like, I'm just laughing. Like, there's some people that are super pissed that they're using movie Peach in that new Peach game. Just an argument here real quick. That Peach, and I'm not saying it looks better, that's not my argument. This is all aesthetic, it's all up for argument. She looks more expressive, and that was important for this new video game. That's it. I think that's the only reason she's changed. Just notice there's a lot of people mad right now because Peach looks different. Get the fuck over it.
Give me one sec. Just 1 sec. See, if we're gonna be whining and pissing and moaning about how Peach looks today, oh boy, do I have something.
What do you mean?
Oh, hold on. So they want to whine about how Peach looks today. I mean, we could go all the way back to this Peach.
Well, yeah, Peach has definitely changed.
You want a bitch?
No,
that's what you get now, motherfuckers.
So are you saying you don't know what? Because so I'm seeing a lot of people that are saying like they don't know what I'm talking about. But they changed Peach in the new game. In the newest game, there's like a change.
Yeah, so not in this one, but in the one that's supposed to be coming up, that's the Peach standalone game. Yeah, they changed her to look more like the movie as opposed to what you're seeing here. With,
here's the thing. I'll just
that.
post this one thing and I'll prove my point. It's very simple. Look at this. That's it. This is the only reason I feel it's been changed. It's the expression. It's still Peach. I don't see that it's not Peach. I'm a Peach fan, okay? I've been using her in every game since Mario Kart fucking 1, and I can tell you that I'm not upset by this change. It's just like when Batman went from the animated series, and in the last Edge, they changed Batman so they could get more animated expression out of the character models. They simplified the animation. That's all I think is going on here. The original Peach had the bimbo lips and everything, and she was designed in a very specific way that did not allow her to express certain emotes. Now, you can get Kung Fu Peach. You can get things in this new game that are going to allow her to look a certain way and act a certain way. And I think what's caused the stir is that there was a specific picture that was like released, and people went nuts because people were pissed about this. This right here is what caused it. Is people were thinking that the Peach on the left wasn't nearly as good as the Peach on the right, and it's a change. It's an aesthetic change. It is guaranteed to cause you to like feel uneasy because it's not, you don't like change. People don't like change. Okay?
Mm-hmm. They
Well,
need
of course
that.
not. It's heavy and weighs down my wallet.
They want that comfort blanket.
They want that comfort blanket. And look, it's not that I don't understand, but as a person who, one, did actually enjoy the Mario movie, okay?
I didn't mind it.
I liked it quite a bit. I loved it. This is the Peach that we all know. Bam.
Yep.
I get it. I get it. But as a person who also bought all the action figures and everything, if that's Peach now, I'm not crying about it.
I'm not either. In fact, can I be honest with you? Here's the taboo thing. I prefer her how she looks now.
Yeah, she looks, I don't know, more human.
Well, I just like her, like the level of expression. This has been Peach's face all the time. There's very few images that you look up that do anything other than smile or look like this. Because she can't emote very well. The face was not designed. The face was designed to be stagnant, to be static.
All she does is look like she's staring off into space.
I was going to say, you might not be going to the same websites that I'm going to, because that Peach has a different face.
Yeah, I get it. But look, that's Peach smiling. She just opened her mouth and increased her eyes. The face was designed to be static. Then we got this from the animation, and yeah, Nintendo liked it quite a bit, and they're going to run with it. And you know what? I'm sorry. This is better, just not aesthetically. That's up to you. If you think that Peach is more attractive or whatever, that's up to you. I don't care. Whatever your like for Peach is, whatever your reason, that's fine. I'm not arguing that. But express-wise, the expressions that Peach can do, this is going to be better for the game. Because expression, especially in animation, is important. A case in point. Lion King.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were going to go a different route with it.
Lion King. Look, that's all I have to do is say Lion King, because if you stop and you think about it, if you know Lion King and you remembered what they did, I'm telling you, I proved my point right there. One of the biggest things missing from the new Lion King, one of the things that hurt the animation, I'm going to put that in hard quotations, because yes, it was animated, but they tried to do like as real as they could. All the emotion is missing because the animals are not animated in a way that allows them to emote. So you don't feel the same as you did when you watch the new Lion King as opposed to the old Lion King. And it's not just a difference in animation, it's a difference in the expressive nature of the character. So when Simba is sad, or when Simba is shocked, or when Mufasa is angry, and these are all very incredibly distinctive, emotive things that we see and we feel.
I think they even made fun of that when you compare the death scene of Mufasa and how upset Simba was
Yeah,
in the animation, but in the live action, I live CGI. I don't know what you want to call it. I don't consider it live action because
it's not. It is a CGI. It's animation. It's just they wanted to make it look as real as they could.
but when he goes up to Mufasa, it just seems like it's like, oh, my dad's dead. Whatever. Hey, Dad, you all right? Wake up.
It doesn't look the same. It doesn't hit the same. And that's
No.
all I'm arguing, is that the new Peach is more expressive. She's going to loan herself to the animation process in video games, allowing them to convey things at a much higher reasonable level. And if she's going to take center stage and be the main character, just like Mario can emote, and he emotes very, very well, his face is expressive, hers was not. She needed this.
You know, this one fucking post in Reddit sums up it all so easily. All these Mario games look so sterile and samey. It's so lazy and boring. Nintendo needs to mix things up. Okay, we'll have Mario transform into an elephant and give Peach the ability to have more than 2 facial expressions. No, not like that.
Yeah. No, that wasn't what I was talking about.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Sometimes I think people just bitch to
God,
bitch,
I love
man.
Reddit.
I've side railed
I'm
this
almost
enough.
certain
I just
people
wanted to
bitch
mention it
bitch.
because it's a lot. It's a huge talking point right now that people are fucking harking on.
No, that's fair. Well, what
So-
were you wanting to say, Shane?
So Seth, let me ask you this question: what's your favorite new feature they added?
Ooh, that's a good question. Cause let me see here.
Because I know mine. If you still need some time, I can go first.
I mean, I'm kind of digging the fact that they did allow you to actually like walk while crouched. That way, then you don't have to like purposely get fucking hit and be like, okay, now I'm a small Mario.
Didn't
Now
they
I
have
can
that
go
in
into
another
this little
game?
tiny- They may have.
I can't
but
remember
it's
what
the
one it
first
was,
time
but I feel like I've
noticed
done
it.
that before.
We have.
On the Wii. The Mario game on the Wii, the 2D Mario game on the Wii, I think you can walk while crouched. So I think this is
Okay.
something coming back. That feels familiar to me.
That's
Right.
why I made the pun of we have.
Okay.
Get that? Never mind.
Interesting. Keep going.
No, that's fine.
Not a single chuckle to be had.
Well, then
Don't worry. Nobody
if,
laughed when I said Peach was taking center stage.
To be fair, I'm also on 5
she
hours
is.
sleep, which is ooh. I got it. So I think the other newer feature that I'm actually digging on, because I mean the badges are kind of cool, but all that really does is like change small fucking bits and pieces.
Mhm.
But the fact that the stars actually will pull the coins and shit towards you.
That is a I like that feature as well. But I'm pretty basic here. My new favorite feature is becoming an elephant. Dude, I don't care.
You
man.
haven't made it to the drill guy yet?
No, but so far I've been having a lot of fun just being an elephant.
No, I understand that one.
Elephant Ouija is funny. Because when
Wait,
they go down,
they have a power up that switches gender now?
That's fucking old bullshit that was going around on the fucking internet so people could draw Bowser as a fucking chick with giant titties and jerk off to it.
Well, no, that's the special crown thing.
Yeah.
And that
knew
crown
about
thing
that
actually
one.
never happened with Bowser. That's like a fan-created thing.
Right. I have yet to see that crown in the game, and again, I'm literally on like World 4.
Have you been Toadette? Because that's the only person that can use it.
Yeah.
Toadette becomes Peachette, and she's the only one that can actually use it in official canon. It's her crown. So it's not a power-up that any other character gets.
No, then that might be it.
Yep.
Because
So if you don't
played
use her,
Toadette.
you'll never see Toadette. And Toadette's the actual character Nintendo made. And then the internet was like, a crown that makes peaches? And then they went a little crazy with it.
Yeah.
Didn't they do a Peach of Bowser one?
Yes.
Yeah, that was Bowsette.
Yes, Bowsette.
Yeah.
Then there's Booette, and there's all kinds of other fucking ets that showed up. And they primarily serve the purpose of being...
Oh, God. Now I got a question. Did they
material.
make a dry bone net?
I mean, fucking Rule 34 has a lot of rules.
Yep, I know.
Wait, why did I go to this level? Fuck. No. Exit.
But
That's not terrifying at all.
well, Bowser fusing into a castle and becoming a flying castle, a sentient flying castle, is actually kind of cool.
And this one's
Well, I mean,
actually
considering
safe
the
for
fact
work,
that
even though it's...
all that happens
saying
throughout
it's
the
not.
entire game with everybody.
I like how the only voice acting in the game, is so far that I've noticed, are the talking flowers.
Yeah.
Like everybody else still just like makes their own, like, you know, those their typical noises they make and stuff. But like when you walk around, the flowers actually talk to you.
Here you go.
Huh.
It's safe for work.
But so far, I'm not too far in the game. I only played it for maybe like hour and a half.
Okay.
But because I jumped to a different game that I bought.
Some Spider-Man, did you?
Yep.
Nope, haven't bought that yet either. I spent my purchase on a completely different game. Well, technically two. I was able to buy 2 games for still under the price of a new game.
What'd you get?
I picked up Sword of the Vagrant. It's kind of a indie. I'm trying to figure out the best way to put it. It's kind of like a Metroidvania clone.
Okay.
Hold on, Vagrant.
But with a more fantasy feel.
Oh yeah, definitely more of a fantasy feel. Here.
Yeah, that Super Mario RPG is going to be sick to go back through.
Dude.
Oh, I'm gonna be
Trust
so
me, I
fucking
know.
happy.
Trust me, I know. The only reason why I even had money to get this game is because
Here.
I legitimately canceled my car insurance because I don't have a fucking car to drive. I'm driving my mom's, and she's charging me money as is.
There we go.
So I canceled my fucking car insurance, and I basically took the fucking money that I got out of it, spent the like $110 on those 2 voucher coupon things, and I got fucking Wonder and Super Mario RPG fucking pre-ordered.
Nice.
So
I'm
that
looking
way
forward
then, fuck, I'll have something else to play once I'm bored with this.
Well,
Dude, I'm definitely waiting. This is only going to be
Mario RPG and Star Ocean 2, if I remember right, both come out like 2 weeks apart. And I don't remember which one comes out before the other, but that means I'll have 2 weeks to beat that game to be able to jump immediately into the next.
Oh,
I believe RPG comes out like.
But yeah, that's sort of the Vagrant right there.
Right.
Fuck,
let me answer that question.
mid-November?
Let me answer that question for you since I'm good with dates. Super Mario RPG comes out November 17th, while Star Ocean comes out November 1st.
But,
there you go.
But what's the release date that matters?
Both.
No.
For me, yes.
No.
Oh, November 10th.
What's November 10th?
Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3.
I see.
You can get the fuck out of this call right now.
All right. Bye, guys.
Don't worry, Shane.
Anyways.
Again, I've got like fucking 2.5 pages of notes for a game that we stopped fucking talking about.
I'm fucking with you guys. I don't know, Bill. What date matters?
Oh, what the fuck? Guy, January 25th is the release date that matters.
Oh, is that when you're getting your fucking Motu shit?
That's when Revolution
Oh yeah,
happens.
Revelations. Yep. He-Man, Masters of the Universe. Yep.
Oh.
Revolution will release on the 25th, motherfuckers.
Season 2. Yep.
But no, and then
that
the
doesn't
other
mean
game
shit
I
to me
picked
since
up.
I got no Netflix.
Yeah, I don't have Netflix right now either, so
Neither
So
do
you can
I.
buy it on Amazon.
no, I'm good.
It's like $1 an
I-
episode. It's worth it.
At the moment, I gotta save up money for me buying stuff for me and then
At
Christmas.
the moment, it'll be like a $10 series. It'll be so fucking good.
Dude.
Yeah. Anyways,
Speaking of,
the other game I picked up was Final Fantasy Theatrhythm Final Bar Line on Switch.
Yeah, I
'Cause
saw
I
that.
did-
I saw that you were playing that. How is it?
It's pretty. I've beat Final Fantasy VII all the way through, Final Fantasy IV all the way through, and I'm halfway through Final Fantasy V.
Nice.
So, and they've got a lot of shit.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
No, they've got 1 through 15, plus they've got like Crisis Core and Advent Children split into its own little dual spot. Nobody really cares. Final Fantasy 13-2 has its own thing.
I was about to say, how many times did they split 13 up?
Oh, they only did 1 and 2. They didn't give
Lightning's
Return. They didn't add that one in. They brought Mystic Quest, Dissidia, Crystal Chronicles.
Eh,
The Chocobo games got their own bits. Trying to remember what else.
They added the MMOs. I know 11.
Oh yeah, 11 and 14 have been a staple anyways.
Right.
Just you don't get like, hey, here's a character class. It's hey, here's people that actually mean something to the story.
When did that game come out? Because I don't know if 16 was added or if it came out before 16 came out.
Rhythm Final Bar Line release date. February of this year.
Okay. Nope. 16 came out in June.
Yep. 16 wasn't out yet. I'm pretty sure you can get the DLC for 16 now, though.
Okay.
I don't know. They've got a lot of deals.
What happened?
Nick went bye-bye.
Yeah, I heard it. All of a sudden, there was a stop.
Yep.
He staticked the fuck out and then just poof.
Technical difficulties. To answer your question, yes. By the way, all of my Master Morpher came with all the correct coins. I got one of the lucky ones, since there was a lot of screw ups with these.
Hello.
Hi.
There you go. Welcome back.
That was weird.
Hey, you staticked out.
Yeah, that was a Discord faux pas, I'm guessing. Because it definitely wasn't my shit. Because I had to mute and unmute just to get it to work again. So,
now you're coming in clearer than you did before.
Yeah. But no, you can get like the Chrono series, so Chrono Trigger, Chrono Cross for DLC songs. You can get Nier, Live a Live, or Live Alive, or Live a Live, or Live Alive. I don't know how it's fucking pronounced. I don't think anyone really does.
I think it's supposed to be Live Alive.
Yeah,
again,
it's
that.
I don't know.
Where's my grandfather? There was your first problem.
Yep. But no, I was looking through a bunch of those. I was like, holy fucking shit. Like, you can get the entire Saga franchise for songs. which also includes Final Fantasy Legends and Adventure, because those are actually Saga games. But actually, no, not Adventure. Final Fantasy Adventure is in the Mana series. Final Fantasy Legends 1, 2, and 3 are actually part of the Saga series. But yeah.
But,
Go ahead. Somebody take over. I'm done rambling.
I'm playing the fucking game now. Now I'm playing as fucking Toadette because fucking I have yet to see that crown power up, and I'm pretty sure it would have been in the fucking game regardless of whether it was fucking just her or not.
I don't know. I don't think it appears like when you don't have Toadette on the field when you play in other games that she exists. If you're not using Toad, that crown doesn't seem to appear in levels that it appears in otherwise. It'll be replaced by like a flower or mushroom or some other thing. Like a feather or some shit.
Well, like I said, that's why I'm playing it right now.
Unless they decided to dodge controversy, which, how would I put this? Nintendo would almost be stupid not to just keep with it. They say it's not in Mario Wonder, so somebody's already saying it's not in there. But I almost feel like they're how do I put this? Well, maybe here's the thing. For Toadette, what that thing does is it turns her into Peach, so it gives her the float and stuff like that. If the float isn't a thing in this game, the crown wouldn't do anything except for change the character's look. So maybe there's a purpose to leaving out. That does make sense. Because what would you do with the damn thing? It doesn't do anything.
Right.
So, what are we doing?
well,
I was waiting on Shane. Shane was in the middle of fucking talking a bunch of shit.
sorry, I got distracted by something. I was talking about when we were talking about the Super Mario RPG. This is only going to be the second time I've ever played this game. I never owned the game. I had to borrow it. And so I feel like this is going to be like because I haven't played it since I was a kid. I feel like this is going to be in a completely different to me this is going to feel like a brand new game.
Right.
Well, I mean, to be fair with Super Mario RPG, they've already basically said that it is going to end up being like not a complete remake, because I'm pretty sure, as with all the remakes that have been coming out, there's still going to be a lot of the same story beats.
Right.
Like, especially from the trailer that they showed off. But I've already seen where some people are talking about how, well, not really talking, but they did show it off. There's going to be a meter where basically the more ass you end up kicking, you end up like unlocking a special attack kind of thing with it.
Okay. I don't remember too much about the game, but I do remember. I do remember that Geno character becoming a huge fan
I'll
favorite.
be back.
Right. Well, of course, Geno ended up becoming a fan favorite just simply from the standpoint of, yeah, that's probably what's going on there. But yeah, no, Geno did end up becoming a fan favorite just because a lot of his attacks end up dealing high damage.
He also had a cool
Because,
design.
well, I was going to say, like, Mario is an all-arounder. Bowser's supposed to be, like, your heavy hitter. Mallow is supposed to be, like, your black mage. Peach is supposed to be your white mage. But Geno's, like, a red mage. Well, no, Mario's the red mage. Ha, 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 ha.
No, Geno's the red mage.
I would have figured it would have been Mario just because he literally is red. And they're just being smartasses about it. But, yeah.
Don't remember too much because of the like
Gino has the ability to do massive damage, and he also has the ability to buff the party, which means he's dabbling in both light and dark magic, which makes him the red mage. Because with certain weapon sets that he gets, he can do high damage with physical attacks too.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's true.
Oh god, yeah. I hope Culex is still the super hidden boss. If not, I'm going to be a very, very sad man. I mean, they already took my fucking spoon away. The least they could do is keep Culex. That still pisses me off. At least we still got Spoony Bard, but I wanted Yang's wife to hand me a spoon again, damn it. More entertaining to throw a spoon at the final boss instead of a kitchen knife.
Right.
Yeah. It's a little bit more insulting.
It's more satisfying when you do quad 9 damage with a spoon.
In a way, I feel like it's a little bit more insulting when you throw a spoon at somebody. But
I'm trying to remember what it was like the first time. Oh no, I remember the first time I popped in there and I was like, "What the hell's going on with this place?" And then then the battle started and I was like, "I know that battle music. That's not Mario." It's like that's fucking Final Fantasy.
I still stand by my personal,
because I was a kid back then.
Well, I still stand by my personal fan theory with that, where he's supposed to be like the essence of the darkness that Cecil gets rid of when he becomes the fucking paladin. Again, that's my personal theory with it, but
I'm trying to remember what Culex even was supposed to be.
Never made it that far in that game, so I have no idea who you're even talking about.
Being from a different dimension. Well, yeah, we already knew that.
Well, yeah.
Vanda. I don't even know what fucking Final Fantasy universe has a place called Vanda.
Well, how do you spell it?
Vanda.
Vanda.
NDAs. Oh no, those are bad.
No, it says that he's a dark knight from some place called Vanda. And that's definitely not Final Fantasy IV. Oh yeah, the Axum Rangers, that's going to be fun.
Right.
Yeah, Culex looks fucking creepy and he's cool. I actually beat him legit.
I just hope they because since it is supposed to be a fucking like remake, they don't fucking change the ridiculousness that it normally takes in order to get the oh god damn it, did I just jump in a fucking hole like a moron? They don't change the ridiculousness that it normally ends up taking to get all the lazy shell gear.
All right.
All right, I'll be right back.
That's fine.
Neat.
All right. Well, let me go through this door and pause my game. And we'll go back to talking Mario.
Well, I mean, we've been talking Mario for a little bit now.
Oh, I know, but I'm talking for Wonder. Because I know I did kind of touch on it a little bit earlier, but they did make
Axum Rangers.
The like the level exploration and selection, they've split it into two different sections. So this is actually something that they showed off in the trailer for it. But there's like your normal Super Mario 3 fixed level selection, like they put you on a grid and you fucking go to 1-1 or 1-2 or whatever and fucking pick it. But then there's also areas where it's like 3D world where you just walk the fuck around and pick the levels that way. Which also leads into my next point, which was that there's plenty of fucking nods to the other games. but yeah, I mean, like, you can literally wander around. Like, there's in the first area, there's a warp pipe that you come to, and if you go into the warp pipe, it takes you to like a set of underground levels. And as you're walking around in those underground areas, you can literally find some of the purple coins that you use to buy gear with, as well as there's even like hidden pipes in places. And the hidden pipes will actually take you to other overworlds like fucking World 8 or World 6. And it'll put you on a fixed path where the only thing you could do is basically walk up, and you see Captain Toad, who, as always, is fucking lost. And he goes, "Oh man, I don't know how to get where I'm going. Hey, I found this 50 coins. You want 50 coins?" So, I mean, they're even making nods to fucking Captain Toad in this shit. Like, a couple of the levels are like musical levels where you have to, collect giant coins. But as you're going to collect the giant coins, it's playing different songs. Like the last one I just did was Sunshine. The one before that, oh god, I think it was Super Mario World for level like 1-1. Although to be fair, they play that fucking song in almost everything. So like they literally make nods to almost all the other Mario games. So if you don't know or haven't played any of the other games, like the references are almost lost on you. But for somebody like me who's been playing them since I was 3, maybe 2 or 3, then yeah, it's pretty good shit. The other thing that I feel that they definitely ended up doing correct on all this is that they actually put in a decent learning curve for anybody who's never played a fucking Mario game in their goddamn life. So if you've never played fucking Mario, they'll teach you how to play fucking Mario with like no super ramp in difficulty right off the fucking bat.
No, of course that one's not going to work. What the hell?
What the hell? But
Okay, let's see if I can fix this one.
I'm trying to see what you're even fucking dropping.
He's posting stuff for the new rhythm game, Final Fantasy.
Oh, yeah, I see that now that I'm actually in that fucking channel and looking around. Now, I will throw out a couple things that, in my
that
opinion,
should fix it.
I feel end up being negatives.
Or not.
Nope.
Why is that one being stupid?
Let me click on this here link.
All right, I'm back.
Yeah, if you click on the link, it'll pull everything up. But yeah, if you, for whatever reason, yeah, that picture.
I mean, I even changed it to a JPEG.
Yeah, I know. It might just be the way that you saved it. But yeah, no, for a couple of things that they've done that I'm not really digging on, there are a few levels. They're not mandatory, to be fair. You can beat the game without getting all the fucking Wonder Seeds. Like, any level can be beaten easily without getting all of them. Like, just beat the level and get to the flagpole, and they automatically give you one for beating the level.
Right.
But sometimes you do end up needing a guide for certain things. Like, there are these areas called search party levels, and they are completely cryptic as fuck. Like, Bill heard me fucking trying to talk to my wife, being like, "Baby, can you fucking take my phone and read this guide for me to tell me where the fuck I need to go? Because this is dumb. Like, hardcore dumb." And then the other thing that absolutely irritates me with the game is if you get to the top of the flagpole, normally in other games, they'll give you a 1-up for getting to the very top of it. Not this one. There's no extra 1-ups for getting to the top of the flagpole. I'm like, how? That's been a thing since fucking Super Mario Brothers 1. How did you screw that up? Although they did end up adding a neat little Easter egg where anytime you slide down the flagpole, once you get to the bottom, it makes the switch click, that noise that they
When
do
it,
with fucking everything. So
okay.
it's kind of a neat little Easter egg that they threw in there as well for that.
So I'm not past the like I said, I'm not very far in the game yet.
Okay, I give up.
I haven't even fought the first Koopa Kid. I'm assuming that's who the bosses are in the castle ones.
In all of the castles, yes, you end up fighting against Bowser Jr. every single time.
Oh, okay.
He ends up having the wonder power, like when you find one of the wonder flowers, where
Right.
it'll kind of fuck with the level a little bit, which is kind of neat.
Okay.
Like I'm not gonna say it's fan fucking tastic, but it's definitely kind of neat that they were like, oh hey, here's a fucking thing that you can do.
But I have been trying to collect all the wonder seeds in each level.
Same.
I've been having issues with one level. It's that one with the one I think I want to say I dinosaurs that that run at you. Those blue like
Oh,
rhino.
the Buffalo Bison dudes.
Yes, those things.
Yeah, I know exactly which one that you're fucking talking about.
Hmm.
To be fair, that's technically an advanced level in hard quotations, advanced, because
Hmm.
it actually does tell you how hard each level is going to end up being.
Right.
Um,
I think right now it's like a 2-star.
oh, then that's not the one I'm thinking of, because yeah, there's one a
It's
little
the
bit later on that's like a 5-star, and you're like, well, this is a fucking ramp in difficulty.
Oh yeah. I'm having problems with the 2-star one. I can't imagine the 5-star. But I need to so you can just switch characters on the fly, right? Like
Yeah, you can switch characters on the fly. Oh, good, I get to come back through this level twice. Because some of the levels do end up having the red flagpoles. Um, so sometimes you'll end up going through and you'll find like a little secret area,
mhm,
and the those are easier to notice because those end up having 3 wonder seeds. Because again, they give you a wonder seed just for fucking going
beating the
down the flagpole and beating
yep,
the fucking level.
yep.
So it basically it'll tell you right off the bat, hey, fucking you're gonna have to do this level like fucking twice. It's like, all right, whatever. Now I do want to check a thing while I'm actually in here playing because I don't know. Yeah, once you're in the level, you can't change who it is that you've selected. But once you make it out to the hub map, you can basically pick any character that you want to be at any point in time.
All right.
So that at least makes that a little bit easier. You know what I mean?
Yep. Because I've just been playing as Luigi for right now, but I just didn't want to have to restart just to pick a different character.
Right. No, and I understand that one. Like I said, I've been playing as Blue Toad up until now. Obviously, when I switched over to Toadette. But now that everybody's basically been screaming, being like, "No, you dumb fuck! You don't have to worry about trying to find that crown. That crown doesn't exist in the game." All right, then I ain't gonna worry about the crown. I'm only playing as Toadette because, well, I went back into the level just to check to see if you could change the shit on the fly, and you can't. So don't even fucking try it.
Well, so what world are you on right now?
I am in the middle of World 4, which is the desert.
Okay. Um, who's been your what was so you've already fought 3 Bowser Jr. Bosses.
Yeah, I've already fought 3 of them. I've also been a little bit pissed off because I don't know how the fuck it happens. Because I've basically beaten like every single like level either, what's the correct way to put this? I've procured every single one of the Wonder Seeds.
Right.
Because there's some of them that you do have to buy. They're usually like 100 of the purple coins, so you just get those and then go to the shop and buy the fucking thing, and okay, cool, I'm done. But certain levels, certain worlds rather, when you beat them, it'll give you a launch point. So the beginning of the game, they give you, hey, here's tutorial town. You get like 3 or 4 levels. Fucking go through the 3 or 4 levels, and after you go through the 3 or 4 levels, all right, now you've got the basics of Mario. Cool, here you go. Here's the excuse me. Here's this like flower thing that's gonna send you over to actual like World 1-1.
Okay.
Fucking go do that. Well, as you beat the levels, some of them will end up giving you, I'm presuming it's supposed to be fucking all of them, but they'll end up giving you a like one of those launch points basically, and the launch point itself is supposed to take you to the secret world. So they did bring that back from fucking Super Mario World.
Okay.
Oh, fuck me. Okay, good. Sorry, I walked into another level because I'm a fucking dumbass. But yeah, so they'll give you like the secret world, and those are like 5-star ultra hard fucking difficulty kind of thing. So I think once you first get there, it says something like, hey, this area is just generally meant to test the skills that you've learned throughout the game. So it's not like, hey, you have to go here and there's going to be a thing and you need it in order to beat Bowser. It's literally exactly like Super Mario World. Like, hey, go fucking through this and beat it and maybe you'll get something cool. I haven't made it far enough to figure that part of it out yet. But it's definitely one of those things where I'm trying to get there. Damn it. I'm trying to get there as much as I can. But so far I've only found like 2 of the fucking warp paths that'll fucking get you to it. And I'm like, so how in the fuck are you actually supposed to like get there and get all of the levels and shit? Because like I said, I've yet to find the shit. Like I said, I've only found them at random and barely. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I still need to continue playing it. I've never beaten a single one of these side-scrolling Mario games, these 2D ones. So I'm gonna give this a try and see if I can't fucking finally finish one.
Well, if you need help, let me know because I haven't done any of the online shit yet. That's the only thing that I have not done. And I'm pretty sure it'll prioritize it where if I'm like, yeah, no, that dude's my friend, it'll just be like, oh, you guys are friends? You're gonna play online? All right, cool. You guys can play online together. Fucking have you some fun. Play the game. Beat the game. Because like I said, it's not that I haven't had any troubles with it, because I'm gonna be fair or I'm gonna be honest, like there's been a few times where it's kind of fucked me over.
Mm-hmm.
And only from the standpoint of it's a fucking Mario game. Like they're gonna try to fuck with you at points. Like not really to be dicks, but there's been a couple of them where, oh hey, to get to the Wonder Seed, you need to jump down this hole. I'm sorry, all of my gamer instincts from playing Mario for fucking 800,000 years, because I'm that old, that basically tells me, like, hey, no, if you go down that hole, you're gonna die. Don't do that. Don't go down there. You did death.
For me though, it's going to be tough because I hate it when they I know why they do it, but I also hate when they do it when they release two big games on the same freaking day.
Right. No, I
Because
understand that.
right now I'm playing Spider-Man, and
Right.
that's because I've been ever since I beat the first Spider-Man game. I was waiting for the sequel. Took 5 years, but I'm fine.
Right.
And so far it's if you've played the first one or Miles Morales, it plays the exact same. They added, different abilities and stuff that you can do, and it has a lot more costumes.
Right.
Uh,
I
but
mean, I've heard some people bitching about it where it looks like, according to them, they kind of like downscaled the game a bit, which to me, who gives a fuck? Like from what I hear, the only reason why it is that they've downscaled some of the graphics to the game is, to make the fucking thing playable. Do you want to be able to play the game, or do you want the game to look pretty? Because I'm gonna tell you right fucking now, if the game looks fucking pretty but I can't play it, then I'm fucking wasting time. Speaking of wasting time, I need to jump in this pit and die.
Well, I just added a couple new emojis for the server.
Is it the 1,000 IQ Mario that everybody's fucking posting right now?
No.
No.
Bill's going to be happy about 3 of them. Shane will be excited about 1.
I mean, considering the fact of if you don't have the premium, the Nitro, you can't use them.
No, you can use them in the server. Just not
I
the...
tried it the other day, and it told me to get fucked.
What, you couldn't use any of them?
None of them. It said, hey, you need to sign up for Nitro. I'm like, fucking why? It's like, because if you don't, get fucked. I'm like, all right. Because, like, let me...
You can't use the animated ones, but you can use the regular ones. If you type in colon Kirby Mad : it should let you do the Kirby or the Angry Kirby. Just the four animated ones that are on there right now, nobody else can use.
So what's going on?
Oh, well, that would explain the reason why it isn't that I tried to use it. It was like, yeah, get fucked. Yeah,
because you were trying to use Mograve, weren't you?
There we go. Do what? Yeah, Mograve. Yeah.
Yep. I'm the only one that can use those, sadly.
Okay, no, that's fair.
But
wait a minute. Does that mean I can't use?
That's too big. Has to be like, oh god, what the fuck are the requirements for these emoji again? They're fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, I can't even use fucking He-Man dance. Bullshit.
Recommended file size, 256 kilobytes. We'll compress it for you. Recommended dimensions, 128 by 128 pixels. Yep. That's all we get to work with is 128 by 128. I can downsize it, but it's going to compress the fuck out of it, so it's going to be almost unrecognizable. But I mean, yeah, I could probably downsize it.
But
I mean, Bill's got better editing stuff than I do.
Hold on, I'm looking at it right now.
That's what I kind of figured you were doing. I figured that's why Bill was still silent and not saying much.
I believe it.
He's like, I'm doing the thing.
I mean, to be fair, my dumbass is trying to talk while I'm playing a game because, I'm an idiot. and shouldn't be fucking doing that. I should be focusing on the conversation.
Yeah.
So there, let me pause that. There.
Well,
But to be fair, I was also trying to give Shane some more time to talk.
yeah, I thought something happened because I was talking and then both you and Nick come in at the exact same time, and it sounded like you guys just, like got back into the chat. So for a second, I thought I was you guys got dropped or something.
Huh?
Yeah,
No, that
I've
might have been
been
a
here.
you thing.
All right, but no, I'm not. So far, Spider-Man 2 has been keeping my attention, but like I said, I'm also wanting to play the Mario. I started it up so I could play it, so I could have something to talk about today. When you probably
Does
should
it
have played
have
a
to
little
be
bit more.
138 by 138?
128.
128. Holy ball sack. Hold on.
That's the absolute maximum size.
I'll fix it.
Yeah,
Well, to be fair, like in terms of gaming, I got Mario, and since I'm a broke motherfucker, I'm gonna be playing the shit out of Mario.
right.
Before I started playing Mario, I decided I was gonna go back and play Yakuza Like a Dragon. And the only reason being is because one of the Twitch streamers that I normally end up following, um, he's been going through the game. So on my days off, like fucking tonight after I get off work, well, technically tomorrow after I get off work, at 6 a.m., I'm gonna end up coming home. I'm gonna turn on his VOD, and I'm gonna fucking watch him go through fucking Yakuza Like a Dragon, because that game was fucking fun.
Right.
Yeah.
So after fucking watching him play through it, I've been like, all right, you know what? Yeah, let's play that, because it was nagging the fuck at me to be like, hey, you should fucking like play something. You know what I mean? Because really, the only games that I end up having currently that are anything really worth playing in terms of on my computer would be Yakuza 3, because I never played any
There.
of the other
That's
Yakuza games. So I
128
was
by
like, I'm going to try
128,
that.
7.6 KB. Middle finger Mario. I did it. I
And there you go.
I had to screw with the dimensions a little bit because it was not a square. We'll put it that way.
Well, it's an emoji now. There you go.
Okay.
Well, now I got to spam the fuck out of that. Anyway, so I got Yakuza 3. I started playing it. I've been going through Jade Empire because I did pay in order to finish off Starfield. I paid for another month of fucking
Game Pass.
the Game Pass. So, like I
Yeah.
said, I got Yakuza 3, started playing it. Then I saw that they had Jade Empire. I was like, fuck yeah, I'm going to play that. I've been going through Alice Madness Returns. I started playing that Warhammer 40k Dark Tide. They had this game called Dicey Dungeons, so I've been trying it out because I'm a fan of roguelikes. I'm like, I'm playing 15 fucking games because almost none of them are able to fucking hold my attention. What the hell is wrong with me?
Yeah. What is wrong?
It's probably the fact that I'm not spamming the shit out of Middle Finger Mario on like everything.
Well, here's the issue. I just bought those 2 games. That's going to keep my attention for a while. But then I can't think of any.
No.
But
That's
then
perfection.
Shane died.
Oh, shit.
Oh, fuck.
It's a Wily Wily.
Dr. Trolley.
Oh yeah, but I can't do that. So that
No, you can do that one.
it's not telling me. It
Oh.
says it's a part of the fucking It says nope.
Oh.
I'm sorry, you can't use that.
Sucks
You're
to
fucked.
suck.
So yeah,
I hold the power when it comes to the animated emoji. Thank you, Google Play.
Oh,
That's the
fuck.
only reason why I have Discord Nitro. I have platinum status on Google Play.
No, I understand that one.
Oh, I have spent so much money on Google Play.
Same.
And they were like, "Hey, man, because you're platinum, here, have fucking Nitro for 6 months."
There, Seth. There.
Okay.
Oh, is that small enough?
Yep.
Okay.
I figured
Fucking-
Seth needed a little angry Mario Seth.
Oh, it's not up yet, so I
For
give
Seth.
middle finger Mario.
No, Bill doesn't know how to do these.
No,
Bill could have easily updated it.
I probably could have. Yeah, he's right. I know how to make them.
Yep, and you can also just go into the server settings and upload them.
Oh, well,
And then you can tweak the thingy, because now if you hit :Sario,
Or if I just right click, go to add reaction, and then view more, and then boop.
yep. But now you got that. See,
then
live
fucking middle
on
finger
stream,
Mario.
I'm fucking updating the server.
And then view more, and then fucking angry me.
I am a merciful and kind God.
And angry me. And angry me. I love how the stream just evolved into fucking turning in like us turning into children and fucking middle finger Marioing everything.
Fuck it. We do it live because we're professional and shit.
And angry Mario. Angry me. And middle finger Mario. And angry me.
We got to talk about. Because Seth was losing his goddamn mind.
Well, yeah, because Jaquan Collins and angry me. Once again, I say stupid shit and it turns into a meme. What the fuck? Whoa, when did I become DSP?
Couldn't tell you.
Oh, yeah, probably after the last time I rage quit on a stream, which I think was the last time I streamed, now that I think about it.
Okay, so if you're wanting, I do actually have a topic we can run that we've never done. That
In
is
30 minutes?
somewhat of a live action. How do we put this? I call it a live action folder dive, but it's a topic we've never covered ever, and it could be interesting.
Okay, let's do it.
Fuck it, we do it live.
I mean, we ain't got nothing else going on. I mean, I'm sure the viewer count is steadily dropping.
I haven't checked, but we have just been doing nothing for a minute now, so I'm sure it did go down a little bit.
Just slightly, but at the same time, as I've said,
it's not
like
actually as bad as I thought. I thought we would have dropped off pretty hard, but I think because people are in here actually just screwing around, it keeps us fairly steady. So,
just a bit.
All right, guys, here it is. Tonight's little folder dive main topic, which is weird because we're getting to it at the very, very end.
Right.
I want you to think about the asses in fandom. The asses of fandom, okay? And then I want you to think about what those asses sit on. What are the best thrones in fandom?
Oh, hold on. I already have this.
You said the best what?
Thrones.
Thrones, like a chair, a throne.
Like a chair. So, the way this happens is it's just like a folder dive. We pick one, we add it, we do the rating system. These are the thrones of fandom. I already have 5 of them lined up to talk about.
Cool. Is the Iron Throne one of them?
Well, let's start with the one that I know this group very well fucking knows. Throne 1 to talk about? Let's get some images. Lord Zed's throne. Just in case you don't remember it, we'll get a couple images in here, and then we'll actually see it and talk about it, because I'm not 100% sure that you actually, like, how do I put this? It's easy to forget what these things look like sometimes. That's what I'm saying. So, like, I just dropped the first image. That's Lord Zed's throne right there. This is it. Now, on the back of it, if I'm not mistaken, there's like a big Z.
I believe there is as well.
Hold on.
Yeah,
I've got another picture.
And this whole thing, by the way, is part of his throne. So this circle right here on the ground, that's part of it. Because when they sell his throne, they will often sell that part with it. So this man's epic chair is epic. And yeah, that's another picture by Nick right there. So it gives an indication of like what that intricate design looks like on the throne, that mesh-esque thing right there. And yeah, I'm in general chat, so if you guys want to throw in a couple Zeds, like, I'll scroll around and look at them. But yes, that's the first thing we're looking at here is Lord Zed's chamber throne, and we'll end up having to rate it.
I don't know. I think the only couple of Zeds I want right now is some sleep, but 5 hours worth from the other night, you know.
Oh, yeah. Zed's throne on the back does have a big Z.
Yep.
I'm looking through more pictures. Trying to find any that are worth a damn.
Mother gave me a face. I said, it's a new form of crack. She said,
yeah, let's see here. What's that? So they've released physical ones that you can buy. Toys and like models and things like that, statues and such. to give you an idea of what it looks like. He's got these 2 like bird things on the sides for his arms. And in the actual show, they had like eyes. You could tell that they were kind of like lit up like red. And then those bird things, they go down into like a foot almost at the bottom. Like the throne has like almost like bird feet of sorts, the 3 little prongs at the bottom.
Right.
Yep, hold up.
And then it goes into this.
Yeah.
There's a diamond for the back. The back of it is a Z. There's an inner diamond. And then there's all these different mesh designs and whatnot inside of it.
There you go.
Yeah, and there
That'll
you
give
can
you
really
the-
see that, the feet and stuff like that. And this was the throne that they introduced him on all those years back when we very first seen him. That.
Well, yeah, you could tell because the staff doesn't have duct tape on it yet.
That's
And I
the
think
Zed
it's
throne, Shane. That's
Yeah.
the first throne that we're
Well-
talking about tonight.
Let's see. Obviously, that throne wasn't the Zed wasn't the only menacing part when he first showed up. Because when he came around, he spinned around in that chair, all like, "Yeah, I'm the boss, dude."
Yep.
I'm telling. His presence is what also you have to take into consideration when you look at this throne. Got it. Are we still rating it on a scale like we normally do?
Yep.
Okay. So I will probably go ahead and give this throne. I'm gonna give it a 4.5.
Okay.
All right.
Give me a
Aesthetically,
sec.
it looks cool.
Yes.
Functionally, that will hurt my ass. So that chair gets a 2.5. Because it looks cool, but it is not a comfy chair. The My ass needs comfort.
Well, hold on. Let's be real quick. This is for Zed, and no matter what kind of comfort
He has no
comfortable chair,
ass. We know.
he's always in agony. So
That's fantastic. Oh shit.
But yeah, what about you, Bill? What do you think?
I actually think this is really cool. I will say it's very plain, more so than I had realized when I very first came up with this. He was the one that gave me the idea, and then I started looking at the pictures and I was like, oh, this is simpler than I remember, because he is a big part of this chair. Like you said, Zed is the whole package. He sits in the throne, the metal, the wand, him in general, his look, it all plays on top of one another to create what it is.
That's probably why Zed is so evil. That is right. His chair sucks so fucking bad in the comfort department. He's always pissy, so he tries to blow up the universe and shit.
So on a personal level, I'm taking it up to a 3, but I do actually feel like it's in the 2.8 category, because like the chair itself, I wouldn't put this like in my living room or something. You get that? Like if I had an evil throne, this probably isn't the one I'm picking, because like Nick said, this has got to be incredibly uncomfortable, even though it's really cool and it definitely makes a statement.
Seth?
Yeah, by our rating system, I'm gonna give it a 2. So in general, his throne would end up being a 3 altogether.
All right.
But to be fair, his throne could also be way worse.
That throne,
Because
on the other hand,
his throne could be like that one.
that would suck so bad.
And yeah, that's the exact same picture that I just went and stole RPG. I was like, yep, that's a throne.
Well, technically this is a fandom throne, but this is more of a joke, because I enjoy watching a specific YouTuber that has a vast fucking community and whatnot, and he's
That's
called
a
the
fandom
Spiffing
throne.
Brit.
This is how me and Shane poop. Side by side.
Nope, the Yorkshire Tea Gold throne. And it's got comfy fucking cushions on it too. The throne made of tea.
Okay, next throne.
Ooh.
That's cool looking.
Yes, it is. Nobody's realized what it is yet, and I fully understand this, because I got to thinking about this topic a couple days ago, and I was like,
is this from Conan?
Most of the time, we don't even stop to think about what these thrones, like, they sit in them, and they don't really leave an impression in us until we see the actual character in it. This is known as the Bone Throne from Masters of the Universe. It's this big, like, horrific thing that he sits in. And yes, even in the animated series where it was like a goofy joke, they even included this crazy, like, horrific thing that he sits in as a chair. Like, which I actually have to give it to them. I was surprised about that. Because most of the time with stuff like this, you won't see that, because the cartoons they'll take a step back and be like, oh, we can't showcase so-and-so, or we can't do this. But they actually let him sit in this thing, even in the cartoon, which I was actually very surprised at, because he's got it in the comic books, which I wasn't surprised about at all. I expected that in things like the comics where they weren't going to dumb it down. But yeah, that is the Bone Throne.
Let's break down each part of this. Let's break down comfort. At least he decided to put some kind of fur down.
Yes, his ass is sitting on, maybe it's a horsehair type of packing, like a mane of some sort, because like with this image right here, you could tell that it's almost, the color of it makes me feel like it's something of that nature.
Right. Well, I don't have as many ties with this throne as I did with the last one.
No, I assume you wouldn't.
But since we're just rating aesthetics. This thing is really sick looking. I like how there's a blade that comes out on the side.
There is. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. That
blade
spike
right there
that comes up. Yeah, there's blades on the side.
I like how there's faces on each side, and then he's got this weird. Let me take a look. I'm gonna say some kind of like horned demon looking thing that it almost looks like he's sitting on the carcass of like a dead demon looking thing.
Yeah, like something that he may have taken out or destroyed himself or something of that nature. Yeah, no, I get that.
Which perfectly matches Skeletor's personality.
Right.
So I believe that's what that could be. So aesthetics and everything wise, I'm actually going to give this thing like a 4.8.
All right.
I think it looks that fucking sick.
Yeah, I feel like in terms of evil sitting on something cool, this is actually one of the coolest that I've ever seen. Like, I honestly believe that. I will say the comfort factor is a little higher than the last chair we saw. Not if you're a back sitter, like if you're the kind of guy that like leans back, but if you're an ass sitter, you're sitting on something.
Like in the picture that you sent, he's leaning up.
Yeah.
He's not but I think he does both.
Yeah, because he has sequences where he very much is using like the bones and he's got his hands on the hand rests. And like that's another thing too. He has no support on the armrest. He's just fucking putting his stuff down right on top of some old bones. Like he's just making a statement.
Dude, well, here's the thing. How do you scare your enemies? Well, when they see your throne.
When your throne is made from the bones of your enemies.
Right. When you sit on the bones of those dumb enough to oppose you, including otherworldly demon creatures that still weren't enough to deal with you.
Mm-hmm.
Aesthetically, very pleasing. Comfort level, nowhere near as bad as Zed, but still bad.
Yeah, it's not a concrete sit.
He's sitting on he's sitting on soft fur and hide, except for when he leans back, he's getting stabbed in the back by a bunch of dead bone people.
By a bunch of dead bones, and you don't wear shirts in this universe.
Nope.
So that's
shirt. Well, no. You wear shirts until you transform.
Yeah, I guess that's nah. Yeah, because even some other guys in this universe seem to very much just run around almost naked. But yeah, you can wear some shirts, I guess. That's
Prince
fair.
Adam. Prince Adam wears a shirt.
He wears a shirt.
And then he holds his magic sword aloft and sings.
And sings, that's right.
25 years, and my life is still... Alright, no, I'll give this one a 3.3. Would have been higher, but I don't feel like, being stabbed by the bones of my now deceased enemies.
Yeah,
seems kind of counterintuitive.
God, you were already a pain in my ass when you were alive. Now you're a pain in my ass when you're dead.
Right.
No, you're a pain in my back. My ass is comfy because I got that nice fucking fur padding and shit.
So yeah, I'm gonna go up to a 4 only because there's a little bit of bias here. I actually think this is one of the coolest fucking thrones I've ever seen, literally ever in like all of fandom. I think it's unmistakably cool. But if you're gonna take the full-on relaxing position, like you said, it might look cool, but my back and my arms don't necessarily appreciate it. My ass is fine, but the rest of me is not exactly on board with this sit.
This is very true. Now, that's sad.
Now they say that half the fight is mental, and if that's just what I'm sitting in, maybe you don't want to fuck with me. So that's part of the game, I'm sure.
It doesn't affect He-Man though. He looks at that as like, bitch, please.
Yeah.
I will slap your ass all around this fucking castle.
Okay, so we got a...
Seth, what about you?
What did Nick give?
I gave it 3.3, I think.
Okay. Because I missed it for a second. I was dumb. Look. Let me explain something to you. In my chairs, I like to sit all like wonky like
wonky
my legs hanging off and like leaning back
Uh-huh.
and maxing relaxing and having fun. Fucking this thing looks like it's got no decent back support, so it's fucking one. It looks cool as fuck.
But fuck this chair.
It ain't gonna give me any support. I'm gonna sit all crooked ways, get poked in the eye by a fucking finger bone. Like, nah, I'm good.
Oh, yeah,
So
when he turns to the side to talk to somebody. Now listen here.
yeah, exactly. Now listen here, motherfucker. Ow, my eyeball. So all in all, it's a 3.275. Moving on.
Okay.
Hold on, I'm working on one.
So, while you're gathering images for the next one...
I've got them. I just have to...
This is the... Okay, well, this is the first good guy throne. Captain Kirk's chair. The Enterprise seat, the original first power sit, as it were.
Well, let me tell you this right now. This looks way more comfortable than the last two. He has back support.
He has back support.
Lumbar support, and all that.
All leather.
Yeah. Fancy little controls on the sides.
Yeah, he doesn't even have to get up to change the channel.
And the chair spins.
And the chair spins. The chair does spin.
So, I'm going to go ahead and rate this, man. This is a 5, easily.
Nope, it's a 4. And do you want to know why? Because if somebody fucks with the life support system and just happens to have the temperature controls too high for too long, your ass is stuck to that chair.
Now, why do I put this in the throne category? Because I'm already seeing people that are saying more like a captain's chair. You could argue this, but if you look through the series, the captain chairs took a very different look after this point. Kirk and the television at the time was made at a point where this chair was the throne of the room. He was the captain, and captain carried a very different aesthetic than when we got to the 80s, and the captain's chair was not the same. Picard got a chair. Kirk got a throne.
Picard's chair looked I don't know. Picard's chair looked like something that you would find in an office.
Yeah, it was a chair. It's just he got a chair. It's a nice chair, sure, but even later on, they were just chairs. Kirk in the original series had a straight up centerpiece. It was a throne. It was made specifically to stand out.
It was my ass sits here because I'm the most important person on this godforsaken ship.
Because if we go further into the series, and we don't have to go that much further. Look, just getting to the first movie, it's just a chair. It's just a chair. And Picard literally had the same chair. Like, they're just chairs at that point. They're not a throne. The first thing is a standout centerpiece to the room, it's a throne.
Well, thankfully, this gave me a little bit of extra.
Well, think about Kirk's chair. It sat on a little platform too.
Yeah.
Elevated. Now it wasn't that high up, but it didn't matter because when you came out of the elevator, the second the doors open, what's the first thing you see is the captain's chair.
Uh-huh.
And it doesn't matter which angle it's at. It's always angled to when you walk in, it's the captain you see first.
Yeah.
It is the centerpiece. It is a throne. I actually think the chairs kind of got lazier as the series went on. There was something unique about Kirk's chair. It wasn't he had one of like the shorter chairs. He didn't have one of those tall back chairs. Like
yeah, he doesn't have any headrest. Like all the other captains seem to have it goes all the way up into their shoulders, or it goes all the way up into the back of their neck. And Kirk didn't get that till the movies.
So there's just something about Kirk's chair that represents, I don't know, power, authority.
Yeah.
And it needs to be. He's the captain. He's the top ranked official on that freaking ship. It's his ship. When he says it's my ship, it's your ship. Yes, it is. You know, they also talk about the weight of the chair. You always see Sulu when he's touching the chair. You know, sitting in that chair means when you get to sit in that chair, it's like hey, I'm leaving. You're in charge of the kingdom. So you're like king for the day.
You're in charge of the kingdom. And that's very much the aesthetic they were playing with back then. That Kirk's chair was a throne.
So there's no doubt about it when you're talking about fandom chairs. It's one of the more iconic chairs.
Well, Shane gave it a 5. I gave it a 4. Bill, I'm assuming you're going to go with a 5.
Actually, here's my thing. While this is, if I could put a chair in my living room, you better believe I'd put this in my living room. But
I know.
my own personal bias aside, this chair, like you said, it only goes halfway up. And when it's left alone, it's very much just like a super old office chair that's been put into like a weird thing.
Future. Yep.
So it only actually garners about like a 3.5 for me, and only because of that. But my own personal bias, I'd put one of these in my living room in a second.
I think a lot of people would. Now, at least Star Trek fans.
Seth,
what about you?
So, this chair gives me decent lumbar support. That's good. I need that. I got lower back problems. But the first time that I'm not thinking about it, and I throw my leg up over the arm of the chair so I could be all max and relaxing while I'm playing the game and, accidentally disconnect the saucer, we're going to be in some trouble.
No, you're on a Constitution class. Saucer section didn't separate.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, it did.
It separated, but it couldn't go back together.
No, because it blew the support.
Blew the
I
pylons.
said we're going to be in for some trouble. So in terms of that, aesthetically, I would definitely give it much higher, but I got to give it a 2.5 because too many buttons for me to accidentally push when my fat ass flops in that chair or when I kick my leg up.
Awesome.
So altogether, his chair is a 3.75. Moving on.
Okay.
Oh, that's it.
There
Oh,
you go.
my Dracula.
Dracula. Okay. I hope you got a couple images for this. This is
What is a
interesting.
man?
A miserable little pile of secrets.
This is like built into the entirety of his castle from this image right here, because it's like a part of the room, the way all the cloth and everything like that plays into it, and it goes up into the head, which comes up into basically like a support beam alongside all the pillars. That's interesting. It makes it his throne is like a literal part of the room. It's like it draws all eyes to the back where he purposely sits.
It also has a very elegant feel.
See, I don't like the new Dracula throne. I like that older one, like what you just seen. That is crazy.
Yeah, that one's technically from a different timeline.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like this one that's
We're talking classic.
I like the one that's big,
Right.
that has the bluish back rest, whatever that is. It's a material. You know it's a material.
That's cushioning.
Yeah,
Yes.
I know it is.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, is that's a material. There's a material on the butt, a material on the back.
And since it
Not
is
on the
a
armrest.
throne,
The armrests are solid stone structures.
yeah.
Yep.
But since it is kind of like Victorian era, I would say at this point, because it's Symphony of the Night, and I think that was 1700s or 18.
Yeah.
That very well could be either a silk or more likely a like crushed velvet
Okay.
for the material.
I would say it's probably a silk.
The curtains definitely are probably silk.
Right.
I mean, it's not like Dracula's got to worry about spending money. He just goes, look, you're going to give it to me or I'm going to eat you. And they go, fucking fair enough. Here you go, bud. But I love the fact that the chair adds in to that skull.
Yeah.
Okay.
It just makes it really aesthetically pleasing to me. And I don't mind if I have hard armrests. That's not going to bug me.
It's also flat, so you can put like a beverage there.
Yep.
or I could set down my laptop and get up and go get me a can of SpaghettiOs.
There's a beverage here.
Now, so what are you giving it, Nick?
Oh, this chair. You want to know what I'm giving this chair?
Yes.
This chair gets a Genesis.
Nice.
When I think of thrones that I would want to sit in, but also have that aesthetic pleasing bit, and also tell my enemies, are you really sure you want to fuck around and find out? I'm thinking this chair.
When I look
This
at this,
is the end all be all for me.
when I look at this chair, the first thing I do see elegance. Because if he's Dracula, he does have that. You look at the fact that he has to walk up some stairs to get to his throne, meaning that it's elevated, meaning he's looking down on you. When you're talking about trying to
Yeah, because it goes up the stairs, and the stairs are actually part of the throne. It's purposely built in, like we were arguing at the start.
It's like a stage.
This is a stage. It's part of the room. It's the back end of the room. All eyes purposely drawn to this point, and he does that even with the candle settings on purpose. Everything is designed to draw eyes to the center of the room where he sits. It's a very much look at me thing.
And that fits Dracula to a T.
Shane, that fits you to a T too.
Well, that's why I like this throne so much. I like the skull in the back. The drapes that come down from the sides, it adds a very nice touch. And since this game I looked it up just to make sure. Since this game does take place in 1797.
Yeah.
So around the Victorian era.
Yep.
I was right.
Yep, you were. Yes, you were. It does have with that Victoria feel. Like I said, it oozes elegance. It even has the velvet carpet that goes down to the throne, imposing. And while the rest of it's concrete, he himself has something softer to step on because of how regal he carries himself.
Right.
Now, my question is, how many tries did it take for the guy that had to cut that fucking carpet to get it set up just right?
And to be fair, it's perfectly...
it's perfectly symmetrical.
Yes, how it covers how when it goes up each stair, it gets smaller and smaller. Yeah. Whoever did the work on
Lords of
this,
Shadow is not the same throne. It's a completely different argument. In fact, Lords of Shadow, I'm giving it a 2, and that's the best I can go.
It looks neat, but it's complete stone, so we're back at the Z feature again.
Okay, so it is complete stone, but the next one that I'm going to be posting, I'll have an argument against. This is stone, which is etched, and it's very much, hey, look, this is intricate, it's amazing detail. But I actually don't think it makes him look like a badass.
No.
It
just makes him look pompous.
Yes, and I actually don't feel that it's the same thing. I can go as high as a 2, and it's as high as I can go. This thing here is a solid 4. I'm putting it alongside the same feeling that I get from the Bone Throne. Although, on a personal, it comes down to bias, it is. I don't think, if I wasn't talking about support, I don't think anything's beat the Bone Throne yet.
For me, I will give the Lords of Shadows a 2.5.
Okay.
But if we're talking old school, dude, I'm going to be with Nick on this.
Oh, you're Genesising it too?
Dude,
Yeah.
if I want to... Dude,
Double genocide.
I always pictured myself, if I was a pompous asshole, what kind of throne would I want? And, well, I think the throne from the Game of Thrones, that is an intimidating throne, especially if you watch House of Dragons and what it actually originally looked like. In Game of Thrones, they got rid of a lot of what that throne is. It's just a chair. But in the prequel series, there's a lot more detail that goes into that throne. There's a lot more swords and shit that are protruding out of it.
And you sneeze wrong while you're sitting on it, and you get stabbed to death.
So, to me, that's not... I don't want a throne like that. But this right here, this tells you that, yes, look at me. This tells you, yes, look at... I am a badass. And, yes, I did kill the man that laid down this carpet because he fucked up many times.
But he got it right eventually.
Well, his predecessor did, because he's dead. I killed the guy. I'm Dracula.
Oh, no. His successor.
Not predecessor. Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. Successor.
Like, predecessor would be the first guy got it right, then you killed the next guy because the first guy got it right.
Now it's time for the man that worries about comfort.
Yeah.
Well, Seth didn't. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, in terms of all of this, I'm going to say two things. The first thing I'm going to say is measure twice, cut once. That's how he got it right.
Cut twice, measure once? That's how us men do it these days.
Yeah, about that. Then the other thing I'm going to say is that Dracula is all about that elegance. And because he's all about that fucking elegance, even if the armrests are fucking made out of like some type of marble or something, even though, to be quite honest, in the actual game, because all of it looks like a dark color, I always imagined it to be a good, strong, sturdy wood, something like a mahogany.
Mahogany.
So either fucking way, whether it's a granite or a mahogany or whatever, this motherfucking thing gets a 4.5 from me. So altogether, it's a 7.125 for Dracula's Throne.
So far, Dracula's Throne has the throne.
Yep.
So here's one for you. There's only one picture of this. Only one.
Okay.
And it'll have to be the last one, at least for me.
That is Lady Slither upon the throne when she led the Snake Men.
Well, it looks kind of neat.
This is incredibly imposing if you consider what you're looking at. There's it's, how do I put this? It's super, super ancient and only serves one fucking purpose. She's not worried about being comfortable. She's not worried about any form of support. This is 100% a statement. It's on top of a staircase. It forces you to look up. There's only 2 designs on the entirety of the thing. and they're imposed set snakes, and then she sits on top of it. Like, it's very blatantly the 100% 1980s serialistic villain. I'm making a point. And there's acid and fire all around her while she sits on it. Like, this was... I told you about, like, the Bone Throne is made to make a statement. He's not worried about being comfortable necessarily. He patted his ass and that's it. She didn't even worry about that.
I'll give this 3. It's a pretty good throne.
Comfort level, 0.
Oh, comfort level is 0, but it is a neat
0.
throne. So I'll give it a 3. I like it about as, kind of close to that imposing bit for the Bone Throne. It loses points. And it has 0 comfort, so...
Yes.
But I do like it better than Zed's throne.
Yeah, when I first did this, I thought Zed was going to be, like, high on the list, but in all honesty, his throne is kind of basic, and it follows the same principle, almost. Like, because when you go back up here to what Zed was sitting on, Zed's throne is cool, and it's solid rock and everything like that. You can tell it's some sort, maybe it's marble of some sort, or some, you get that idea. But, like,
Right.
There's something about it that is not nearly as imposing as I remember when I was younger compared to other things that I've seen going down the line. When I look at things like the Bone Throne or the Slither Throne, like, I actually think what she's sitting on bothers me more than what he was sitting on.
Oh, most definitely. That looks uncomfortable as hell.
Right.
It's nothing but stone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and it's incredibly crude, too. It was like... it was maybe cut with one pass, just get the basic shapes and put it down. I'm not worried about being comfortable. This throne, I'm not even going to sit in it for very long because I'm going to take your fucking chair. That's... in the end, that's my mission.
Right? So... I'm going to give this thing a 2. I'm not really impressed with this.
I'm at a 3. I think it's neat.
So, in terms of intimidation, this thing definitely gets like a 4.5. In terms of comfort, gets a fucking nuke. So that's a 1.5 from me.
In terms of comfort, it gets a fucking nuke.
I have been super tired before. Needed to sit. I've sat on solid stone. They had a giant fucking piece of limestone sitting out front of the high school, and I said, "All right, I'll sit the fuck down on this." That shit's only good for about like 5-10 minutes, and then after that, it's like, you know what? I'm just gonna stand on my sore ass feet. Fuck this.
All right. This one also only has one picture.
Okay.
That one's for Shane.
Oh, okay. I know what that is.
When it becomes the God of War.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I forgot to fucking finish that out. So the Slither Throne is a 2.375.
God of War throne, I'll give it 2. It doesn't feel imposing to me. Nothing about him worries me. Like, it's kind of neat, but I don't know. Maybe it's just missing. Maybe it doesn't have the how do I feel? God of War, when you play that game, almost everything is in your face, and this seems very subtle to me compared to everything else.
Oh,
For,
now that I think about it.
for a guy that's supposed to be the God of War, like Bill said, this is a very tame one. I'm not intimidated by your throne. That just looks like since you're a god, I can only imagine that might actually be a comfy ass chair.
Yeah.
But no. For me, because he also didn't sit in that throne that long before, shit went down.
Right.
You don't really remember too much of it. So it's not. So for me, I'm going to give this thing. I'll give it a 2.
All right.
Oh, I'm giving it a 2 as well.
Oh, so we're all in agreement. It's a fucking 2.
Yep.
First time in a long time. We've all been in agreement.
Which, of course, you knew we had to do this.
Well, that's what it looks like in Game of Thrones. But if you find a picture of what it looks like in House of Dragon, then you can really see what that chair looks like.
Okay. Boop. Yeah, I mean, it looks kind of imposing.
Just the
but
fact that it had all the bunch of extra swords alongside of it. I mean,
I'm going to give it a 2.
I know what you're talking about because the House of Dragons or whatever, it just adds all the side pieces to it. And then they removed that throne.
Yep. But when you're talking...
Actually, no, I lied. I'm giving it a 1. Because if I move my legs slightly, I'm cutting it open.
Actually, believe it or not, the king that sat there did get cut.
Yeah, so actually, no. 0. I was making a joke.
No, he really did. I mean,
But if he actually got cut, fuck no. That chair gets a 0.
Oh, well, yeah, it's still made of swords. I mean, the part where he sits at is obviously...
Also swords.
Yeah, they are, but they're made flat so he can actually sit and not poke his butt. But everything around him is sharp as hell.
Oh, so that tells me then that I can't set down a drink. I got no back support.
Yep, that's
This
right.
chair-
Can't kick my feet up. You know what? Fucking nuke.
This chair
Practicality
was
is a nuke. Practicality is a nuke. I'd rather sit on Lady Slither's throne than this.
Yes.
And otherwise, I can look. It's imposing. It's cool. Maybe it's because I feel like it's a little overdone. The series got super popular, and I feel you know what I'm getting at. So like maybe that takes me down a bit. But I'm only at like a 3.5. I actually don't think it's as cool as a lot of other people have hyped it up to be.
This chair, it was never meant to be sat on for long periods of time. It's not what it was for. This chair was for when you come to see the king. I just want to let you know, whatever you're here to talk to me about better be good news.
Well, and see, that's exactly what I'm getting at. Is this, how do I put this? This is a throne that switches hands. And I also think that that's important to mention, is this throne is always in flux. It doesn't belong to a man. It's not Dracula's throne. There's not another guy sitting on it later. You get what I'm getting at?
Yes. It's passed down by family, the Targaryens, and then eventually the Baratheons, and then eventually the Lannisters.
Other people aren't sitting in Zed's throne, which gives it an identity. It gives it a presence, a mythology.
You actually own that throne. That is my throne. This is just a temporary.
Yeah, this never actually follows. I think it's cool, but there's something about it that's always, it's never necessarily hit home with me. But I've seen 1,000 people in it, and maybe that's part of it. Is the throne also is one of those things that we relegate to characters. When we think about thrones, if I name a throne, you'll be able to tell me who sits in it. Unless it's this. Because if I name a throne, you could put anybody in it.
Yep. You name who sits in the Iron Throne. Which time? Because it switched hands many times. What time period are we talking? We talking, current run of the show, which the show's over with. The Game of Thrones House of Dragons is still going on, but
I mean, just to put this into perspective for you, there's even a fan comic which is run already, that has even seen this happen. So, I mean, the throne is a symbol that doesn't tie to any character individually. It's just like a symbol of he who rules. And that is cool. But I think that's where our opinions are hitting here, is that other thrones have a personality, and you could tag them down to say, this is who sits there. This is part of the character. Kirk sits in that chair. Skeletor sits in that chair. Dracula sits in this chair, which is another reason why later on when we got down and we got to the other chair that Dracula sat in, it didn't have the same effect on us because it didn't feel like his chair. Just felt like he took some guy's rock chair.
Right.
Well, let me tell you this. If you think I'm going to give this a high score, I'm not. Because while I think of thrones, yes, this throne is one of the thrones you think about when you think of thrones. It's in the fucking name of the fucking show, Game of Thrones.
Right.
But no, I like how the book looks.
Right.
A little. The book version looks. Well, so that poses a very intimidating stance. But like you said, when you're talking tying a throne to a character, when you talk about the Iron Throne, it's more or less tied to a house, your family.
Right.
So aesthetic wise, if you're talking an opposing figure, I'm gonna give this thing a 4. But if you're talking about comfort levels, it's a nuke. So I'm putting him in the ballpark of a 1. I'm gonna go 1.9.
Okay.
Well, Shane, you just saved it because it was already sitting at a negative 0.5 for me nuking it. So altogether, that chair is a 0.1.
Jesus, I ain't sitting in that
You
shit.
saved it from being a negative.
I've got a twofer.
Well, I gotta fuck off because I need to piss and I am tired as all fuck.
Okay.
Well, go
I'll
fuck
still
off.
be in chat though. So later.
All right, bye, buddy.
All right. So here we have a twofer. This one's more going to be along the lines of we could rate them both, or you could just say which one you prefer. The Prince version or the Kingly version.
Okay.
Here's the Prince.
Oh, okay.
Noctis. Okay. Well.
Prince Noctis's throne.
Okay,
That's his seat.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so
King Noctis.
Okay. So let's talk about. I'll go first. Let's talk about Noctis's Prince chair first.
Oh wait, I missed one. There you go.
Oh, let me check this real quick, and then
That's also part of the Kingly chair.
Okay. So when you're talking about, I talked about Dracula and how regal he felt. Well, now this is what regal looks like. Okay. This chair, Noctis's Prince chair, is just a normal chair. Yes, it's a tall chair. It does have it has back support for days.
Oh, and it's quilted cushioned leather.
Yep. So it's comfortable.
And I think it's made out of mahogany, because that's a dark wood.
It's a sturdy chair. It's a comfortable chair, and it is an imposing chair, but not in the sense that you're thinking. You could tell that he is royalty just by sitting in that chair. I'm going to give his Prince chair a 3.5.
Okay.
Now, the King chair. Let's talk about this motherfucker. When you talk about I am a king, when we talk about a staircase or walking up to your throne, well, here's a very good example.
Motherfucker's got 2 sets of staircases.
So sometimes I'll go up the left side if I'm feeling in that mood. He gets to choose which side he wants to go up. The chair obviously still looks like it could be very comfortable. I'm assuming that since he's the king, it's probably even more comfortable than the prince chair. It just screams king. Like it screams. It also screams, to me, tacky.
I was wondering if you were going to get there. Because I don't know what it is about it, but I am completely unimpressed by it. And I don't know why. There's something about it. Maybe it's a cliche. Maybe I've seen it in 1,000 D&D tales. The Prince throne, I actually am a little more impressed with. It seems to have more personality that matches him, that looks like it's character based, where the king throne, he never feels like he fits it. Like
no.
he as a character never quite feels to me like he grows into it. Like that's part of his character.
When I like the stairs, I do like that. Like walking up to it because you are the king.
Maybe he's too approachable. Maybe because we spent too long with him in the game, and he's an approachable guy, and he's what he is. And maybe that, because this chair puts him above everybody. He's a thing. He's a mythical thing that you climb the stairs to, and that doesn't feel right to me with this guy, because I spent too much time with him and it humanized him too much. When we walk into a kingdom, if there's a guy sitting up there in that throne, it creates an imposing thing. You look up and the throne tells the story of what you're looking at. But sadly, I know Noctis's story and I spent a lot of time with him, so this chair never seems to fit him.
It's still a valid point. That it doesn't matter if people are like, oh, well, blah, 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 that's not the whole point. No, it kind of is. That's his seat.
I mean, yeah.
So if it doesn't fit him, that's a problem.
Well, yeah, because, like, okay, if I look at the first image, I have no question at all this guy sits in that. No question at all. I look at him, I look at the chair, I look at the colors, I look at the sword, I look at the background. Everything about it is drawn perfectly to the character base. Then I look at the end of the game, and maybe it was because the end of the game never felt... On a personal level, when I played this game, I never felt like the end of the game was earned. He just, like, went away for a couple years and came back as a king. Like, they'd written themselves into a corner, and they were like, how are we going to do this? Oh, time skip. King. And that, I think that always kind of bothered me, so it never felt like he necessarily earned this throne. Maybe that's part of it. Maybe it's just that I spent too long with him, and I know that the game kind of craps out at the very end, like, fuck, what are we gonna do? Oh, well, I know.
But I'm going to rate the king throne a 2.
Okay.
So
I'm probably right there with you.
Because I do like the stairs.
And like he said, if I'm picking one that I prefer, it's the first.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the prince one works better for him.
I really enjoy both thrones.
Okay.
I am going to agree with you guys. If I was sitting in a chair, if I had to sit in the throne, I'm going to probably go with Prince Noctis and not John Wick King Noctis throne. Seriously, click that second image there, Bill. It's fucking John Wick Noctis.
Right.
The hell is this throne?
Yeah, I gotta click on it. What is that?
But I would probably rate Prince Noctis's throne at a 4.5, King Noctis 3.5. I still like the fact that it is kind of imposing, especially because of the crystal that's housed literally right above it.
Right.
and all the intricate stuff kind of weaving around to assist with that. But it just doesn't have the same impact. Now, when his dad sits there, that's a pretty fucking nice throne.
Here you go, Shane.
But when he's sitting there, not so much. So wait, what the hell is the one that Seth sent?
I don't actually know. It's
I don't know what it is either.
And it's really tiny.
It's supposed to, he said it for me, but I don't recognize it. Leon's throne.
Oh, Sadler's throne that Leon sits in.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not bad looking. It looks like something I would have bought in the 70s. I mean, look at it.
I mean,
Shane, you had a couch made out of that same material.
most likely, yeah.
I know. I used to sleep on it when I came and hung out.
It does have enough ass space, so.
Yep.
And it does have plenty of back support. That's a wide. Oh my God! It's fucking Triple H's throne.
Oh.
Yeah. I get it now. For Leon's throne, I'll give it a 3 because it is comfortable.
I'll give it a 3.3.
And if I guess it's, I don't know if should I rate Triple H's or should we?
That's odd. I will abstain because I will give it a 0.
It's a 1 because look at what it's made of. No, that's why he only sat in it for the intro and then didn't sit in it again.
Right.
So it's a 1. It's just obviously it's not. I don't know if it's actually made of stone. I think it's made of something else because it is WWE. But
it definitely wasn't made of stone. It was made of plaster and cardboard, probably.
But it's supposed to be made of fucking stone.
Or paper mache. It's probably cheaper.
Knowing them, yeah. Yeah. But for what about you, Bill? For Leon,
It's a 3. It's fun.
It's there as a throwback or a nod to Castlevania, and we all know it.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the whole premise of it.
What we got here? The new Sentai is all about kings, so have the Grey Ranger's throne. The Tyrant of Red's country, plus a shot of the throne room. Okay.
I mean, we could rate the chair, but we're not going to rate the costume.
Well, he's just in his. He looks like he's not. There's no. It's just his uniform, his outfit. It's no Ranger costume.
Doesn't matter. I mean, that would technically, if it's all about fucking kings and shit, we're gonna have to probably end up rating how good or how well dressed the kings are.
Oh well, we're not gonna get that series.
Yeah.
Well, the throne looks made of plastic. God, I don't know.
There's no back support.
I don't think it looks very comfortable. So, I mean, no, it looks too goofy. It looks too cartoony to me. I'm gonna go ahead and give this. I think I'm gonna give it a 0.
I'm probably right there with you.
Yeah, I don't like it. All the other thrones seem like they fit. Even if we didn't care for them, they still fit. That doesn't fit. It just looks cheap. What about you, Bill?
It's like
I don't necessarily detest it by any means, but okay,
you
so
most certainly don't enjoy it by any means.
Here's my thing. I look at it here in the first image, and I'm like, oh, okay, all right, that's fine. Look at it in the second image. That's a little better. I don't know what the themes are. I don't know what the motif they're going for is, but it's fine. Third image, for some reason, I'm not 100% sold on it now. I kind of like that it's got like a sword holder thing and whatnot.
Okay,
cool.
that part is actually cool.
Then I look at the last image, and it opens up to the room.
Jesus, look at that room.
And the throne seems like they built the room and then just kind of plugged the throne in on a second thought.
Yeah,
it's not even dead center on the dais.
Like, because if you look at...
It's just offset in the back.
Other things that we've talked about so far, like when we talk about the throne matching the room and things like that, like with the Dracula's throne and things of that nature, that's what I'm getting at here, is it doesn't seem like that is built with the room in mind. It almost seems like the aesthetic, like they built everything and they were like, he needs like a clockwork throne, and they were like, cool, yeah, that makes sense, and then they didn't build it into the room necessarily, they just placed it in the room, and that kind of offsets me a little bit. So I'm probably at a 3.
Well, that means it... Well, actually, yeah, I should probably pull up the calculator. Hold on.
Right, Shane. Now I'm gonna
3
throw a
divided by
curveball at you though.
4.
Throw a curveball.
0.75.
0.7.
It's bad.
See, you used your Genesis, Shane.
I know I did.
I know you did, Shane. I know you did.
And is that a space Nazi throne?
Yeah, that's Zombie throne.
That's a space Nazi throne.
So, Shane. Oh well, let's do this one last thing here first, and then we'll get to our last one. This seems like it's built more to the aesthetics surrounding. I can see the crystals and everything that come off the back of it. See, that's built to the room. Look at that. That makes sense to me.
It's set behind the statues.
Yeah, and then everything
Not
imposes
having the
and falls
statue
back
way
to the throne.
behind it.
Everything, it looks like, and this is how thrones work in terms of something like this, it looks like the room exploded from the throne. All eyes are drawn to the thing that you're meant to see.
That, and I like the purple and blue.
That's really solid. That's a 4.
Yeah, I can give that one a 4.
So I think that I'm thinking differently.
Yeah?
Because I walk into this throne room and I think there's too much going on. I think it takes my eyes away from the throne because there's so much shit going on around me. Because of that, it doesn't strike to me as an imposing, more or less.
The throne definitely doesn't stand out, but I do feel like it fits the aesthetic more.
It does. This is not a 0 by any means. It just, to me, this doesn't feel imposing or anything like that because there's too much taking away from the throne.
Right, okay.
So I'm going to give this thing probably, I think I'm going to give it a 2.
All right.
Because it still fits the aesthetic and everything. But no, when you think of thrones, it needs to be front and center. It needs to be the thing you notice right up immediately.
Well, I don't think Seth is paying attention to this one, so it's a 3.333333333.
All right, let's end this episode. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
The Shane throne.
Well,
how comfortable was that throne, Shane?
Believe it or not, it wasn't that bad. I mean, I've sat in comfier chairs, so it's not a perfect comfort, but to me, dude, that was awesome. Oh, damn it! I should have saved my Genesis, but that's a little too high on myself. I'll just go ahead and I'll be humble. I'll humble myself. I mean, when you're thinking of like King Arthur's because that's what the whole place we went to is about.
Yeah.
It does fit the motif. It does feel very Camelot-y, if that makes any sense. But I'm going to give it a 3. Because it's first off, it's not my chair. I don't own it, so I have no claim on it. So when you're thinking of thrones, it's not an imposing throne. This is more like I'm a friendly king, or just kind of like a dickhead.
No, you're a peasant king.
There
I
we go.
like
Okay,
that
no.
Shane was using the other guy's armrest in this throne.
Well, I wanted to be to let him know that I'm the king, and all armrests are my armrests.
Right.
See, the thing is, I know what type of wood that's made out of. You are like the peasant king in that chair, because that's made of pine. That's a pine wood throne.
Hey, man, I got to sit in a throne.
Look, the best I could give you is a 2.5, all right?
Look at Seth, just looks like a God. I hate being king. This is.
Yeah, it's true.
I want to go home, but this is my home. I don't know. I had fun. I mean, that chair was. It's not imposing by any stretch of the imagination.
Where's the Bill picture in that throne?
Didn't have one.
Bill didn't take a picture of the throne. No, I made it a little bit. I made it a little bit better by wearing a crown and drinking out of a horn. So that just looks grumpy. I guess you could be grumpy if you want to. What about you? What about you, Bill? You gonna rate it?
Yeah, I just thought it'd be funny to put it in there. It's a 3. I thought it was neat when we went there and they were sitting in the corner and you were like, "Oh shit!" Like,
when am I gonna get a chance to sit in a throne?
Yep.
You know. And he sat into a let's see, there's a bone throne.
yes, this dude actually sat in it.
That's a xenomorph.
Yep.
That's actually kind of cool. That tells you, dude, if the Predator saw that, they'd be like, dude, impressive. You've taken out a few yourself. Like, yeah, so don't kill me. I'm like one of you guys. But yeah.
All right. That's
Hold on.
No, there's something else?
Nope. I just wanted to post that.
Moogles!
Oh, okay.
Moogles!
I want that to pop up. There we go. That's how I'm ending the show.
All right, everybody. Well, that is that. We'll be back in a couple weeks. So yeah, stay tuned. Bye.